Hello and welcome to What's Ailing Ya, the Christian counseling podcast where we name the pain we've been taught to hide and bring it into the light of truth, healing, and God's grace. I'm Elva Chase, and I'm a board certified Christian counselor. And each week we'll talk about real struggles like anxiety, trauma, broken relationships, church hurt, and emotional exhaustion, and more. We're going to talk about it not with shame, not with spiritual bypassing, and not with the pressure to pretend that faith means you don't hurt. This space is a space for honesty, it's a space for safety and gentle healing. Now, before we dive in, I want to share a quick but important note. This podcast is for educational and faith-based support purposes only. It is not a substitute for professional mental health treatment or medical care or emergency services. While I am a board certified Christian counselor, listening to this podcast does not establish a counseling relationship. If you like more information for one-on-one sessions, visit www.elvachase.com. That's E as in embrace, L as in love, V as in Victor, A as in advocate, C as in caring, H as in hope, A as in advocate, S as in strength, E as in embrace.com, elvachase.com. If you're experiencing thoughts or harming yourself or others, you feel unsafe, or just please contact your local emergency services or crisis hotline right away. But please listen with discernment. Care for yourself gently and seek appropriate professional support when needed. Now, let's talk about how discernment versus trauma bonding. Today, we're going to talk about something that confuses a lot of Christians. Discernment versus trauma bonding. And the reason this matters so much is because the two can feel very similar at first, especially when faith and relationships and emotional pain are involved. Many people say to me, I prayed about this, or I feel drawn to this person, right? I can't let go. It feels spiritual. But what they're actually describing, it is not discernment. It's a trauma bond. And trauma bonding forms when connection and harm are intertwined. Now, what do I mean by that? It's when someone hurts you emotionally, spiritually, or relationally, and then becomes the source of relief afterward. So your nervous system learns something dangerous. Pain followed by relief feels like love. Trauma bonding often feels intense, urgent, all-consuming, hard to think clearly, hard to walk away. You may feel anxious when you're apart and temporarily calm when you reconnect, even if the relationship is unhealthy. That is not peace. That is your nervous system craving regulation. And here's the important part. Trauma bonding does not mean you are weak. It does not mean you lack faith. It just means that your body is trying to survive attachment and pain at the same time. What does discernment actually feel like, right? Discernment feels very different. Discernment is quieter, it's slower, steadier. It does not rush, it does not panic, it does not pressure you. Discernment brings clarity, even when the decision is hard. Trauma bonding says, I can't live without this. Discernment says, I can survive even if this hurts. Trauma bonding creates confusion. Discernment creates peace, not comfort. Peace. Now, Christians often confuse trauma bonding for discernment because we've been taught to mistrust our bodies. We're told to override discomfort, to endure at all costs, to spiritualize pain. But God does not lead through chaos. He does not lead through fear, urgency, or emotional pressure. Scripture tells us that God brings wisdom, clarity, and peace. That doesn't mean the path is easy. It means it is grounded. Now, this is a simple question you can ask yourself, not to judge, but just to notice. Does this relationship bring peace, or does it bring urgency? Does it create clarity, or does it create confusion? Does it draw me closer to truth or keep me stuck in cycles? Your answer is information, not condemnation. Now, if you're realizing today that what you thought was discernment may actually be a trauma bond, be gentle with yourself. Awareness is not failure, it's the beginning of freedom. Healing involves learning to trust God and your body again. And that takes time. Now, if this episode stirred something in you, pause. Just pause. You don't have to make any decisions today. Clarity comes with safety, and safety grows gently. Until next time, be gentle with yourself. Grace is not in a hurry.